Haku, my friends. If you're watching this, you've just joined the Excursion Club staff. You're ready to do it outdoors. This is gonna be one of the greatest experiences of your life. On hikes and backpacking trips and surfing, it's an art and it's a science and it's a knowledge that's been lost in our Western culture. In my time as director, I came to realize that we have a tremendous responsibility as staff. We have the responsibility to bring people outside. Traditional ecological knowledge is the way we're meant to live. The values of respect, reciprocity, and relationship building truly will make the outdoors an incredible place for all people. We all deserve to be outside. The outdoors deserve us, and we owe it to Indigenous people of the land that we're on to follow the principles of traditional ecological knowledge in order to preserve our love for the outdoors for generations to come. Everything in this forest is connected. The flora, the fauna, the fungi, and us. The beauty of untouched wilderness, the food we eat, everything is a gift from nature. And if we don't reciprocate those gifts, they'll run out. Think about the respect you have for your elders. These trees are older than us. They are our elders. And if you can learn to respect them, they'll respect you too. Respect means understanding your impact on the land, the plants, and the animals, and the people. From anything as small as your footsteps to spreading seeds. Your pee is actually pretty good for plants. Don't even think about pooping though. Always stay on trail. It's important to leave a trace that's only going to be positive to the environment. To just appreciating what is. Once you've found your respect for nature, you can start thinking critically about how you can reciprocate the gifts that you receive. I urge you to pick a plant or animal that you love, that you like, that you respect, and start building a relationship with it. What can I learn? What can it learn from me? How can I take care of this being? How can I call this being my relative? For me, it was poison oak. There he is. Hey buddy, I love you. Poison oak is often considered very terrifying. And it is. Most people are allergic and it'll give you a terrible rash. But it's adaptable. It can grow as a vine or a shrub in most different ecosystems. Sun or the shade, in dry weather or wet. It's great at bringing nutrients and nitrogen to soil after a big fire. And best of all, it tells people where they probably should not go. I never thought I could learn something from poison oak. But when I started to respect them and build a relationship with them, I realized I have so much to learn from the plants all around me. So I know it sounds crazy, but go out there and spend some time with someone. Make a new friend. In 2013, a wildfire known as the Rim Fire absolutely devastated this forest. Bad practice in fire management by the US government and the Forest Service meant that when the fire did break out, it was much bigger than it ever should have been. Now, with guidance and support from local Miwok peoples, my camp practices safe fire mitigation by doing prescribed and cultural burns that allow the forest to come back healthier and stronger than ever before. We call this the log highway. It goes all the way down to connect trails. Building reciprocal relationships has always been the biggest challenge for me in traditional ecological knowledge. That's why it's important to think critically and holistically about the land you're on, what you're taking from it, and how you can give back. I chew on sweetgrass because it's absolutely delicious. And in return, I spread the seeds so new grasses can grow. While we want to promote everyone having equitable access to the outdoors, some spots are better left empty and without people, so it's better to not blow them up, so that a spot like this can turn into something like this. This may look like a pile of destruction, but by clearing the land, we're making room after a fire for new baby forests that we began to plant after the big fire. It goes all the way until here and then it stops. So one way we can be reciprocal is by planting new baby trees. Hey, 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 ya hum, hey, 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 ya hum, hey, 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 ya hum, hey, hey. I probably won't live to see these trees grow up, but the generations after me will have them to enjoy. Generations upon generations of families live on these lands and tend to the wild in order for the forests to grow alongside their families. This is one way that I try and reciprocate the love that this forest has given me. When it comes to members, you can teach the principles of leave no trace. You can get them to be curious about how they can build relationships with nature themselves. Enjoying the outdoors and enjoying nature doesn't have to necessarily mean destroying it. We can use nature to honor our loved ones and those who have passed.
Kawushkin Shawupu, Kawushkin Shawupu.
If a tree falls in a forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Yeah, duh. This is an example of a story that defines solitude and solemnness in the woods. Stories like these can be heard and told and retold forever, sharing knowledge, sharing ideals, and sharing curiosity with people through generations. I urge you to tell stories on your trips. Share your own traditions and ask others to share theirs, because tradition is everywhere. Explain the good that a plant can do for you or the world. In traditional practice, storytelling is the primary way of passing on information and knowledge. It keeps alive skills and traditions that benefit communities, the people, and generations to come. We all want the same things, to survive. And just because we have the tools to kill and extract and take doesn't mean we should. A very wise woman named Reese told me that less is more, and that should apply to your trips. Go less far, take less things, leave less of an impact, have more fun.